Hey everyone, welcome to season 3 of Forging a Nation here in Iceland. Things have just about started to pick up after a really shaky start to the team's first season back in the top flight. Obviously, our first time as manager back in the top flight of Iceland. Um, and decent start with our little pre-season cup league thing that happens. We won 4 out of 5 games. Still didn't get through to the semi-finals, but definite improvement in the last 2 seasons. And then start of the season, pretty poor. One win in about 7, 8 games. Underlying numbers decent, but last couple of games we just started to show the rewards for that in the actual results we're getting. And few transfers have happened. Squad is hopefully a little bit stronger, and with the momentum we're slowly starting to build, I'm cautiously optimistic we can stay up. Yeah, hi everybody, welcome to the episode. Slight disclaimer, I'd actually already tried to record this episode, but basically OBS updated and a few of my settings had changed and I hadn't realised the mic wasn't picking up the audio and the music, like desktop audio settings had changed as well. So it was just a bit of a mess and I didn't realise at the time, which was really stupid of me. So I actually recorded the last game we just played, but it's by the by. You know what, we'll start with transfers first because you're going to see some names as I go through the schedule who you won't recognise. We just need to touch on Hugo Barbet because this is really important for what we've been struggling with this season. He is joining at the start of July when his contract at Nantes expires. A new first choice keeper after Velthausen retired. Obviously, the season before that we had Esteve. You'll notice a narrative here. Every season we've got a new keeper, and that's because Stephenson, our current keeper, is not good enough. And he's been here since we took over. And then Baraka Badi is coming in as a versatile fullback option. Javier Fernandez contract expires at the end of the summer, end of the season. Obviously, it's October, November time when our season finishes. He's just really dropped off. We're not getting any money for him when he leaves in the summer, when the transfer window reopens. But the main thing is just shifting his wages. I'm just going to move myself out the way before I break all this down. And before I do that, I want to do us a massive favour, drop a like down below. And if you're not already subscribed and you're here in this is episode 6, you might as well subscribe because you obviously got a little bit of investment so far. Basically, out 39k all come from Palermo. So he said he wanted to leave at the end of the season. He said he wanted to go and play in a better division, put in a transfer request, all that jazz. Gefler in the second division of Sweden bid for him. We'd already brought in Hesdal Kristofferson on loan from Molde. We actually tried to sign him on a free, but he renewed his contract and we just brought him in on loan instead. And then we managed to get in this guy, Severson. And once we'd agreed a deal with Keflavik for him, we greenlighted the Palermo sale, which brought us a little bit of money. The rest is just young players going out on loan. In terms of our deals, as you can see, we spent no tangible transfer money, just loan deals mainly. Gunnarsson, rotation option for the ball winning midfield, the role that we use. And that number 6 in the 4-3-3, or we're actually been using a 4-4-2 diamond because Magnusson, our main right winger, has been injured most of the season. And the other sort of backup rotation option we signed for that slot has also picked up a heavy injury. So he's coming in basically as a rotation option for that number 6. Albert Haftenson comes in as a strength and depth option in midfield, and he's been playing quite a bit lately and really started to pick up, to be fair to him. This is the guy who we brought in as for the wings. He can also play up top. Styrmimani Karlsson, like I said, he's just picked up quite a heavy injury. Torn a muscle in his thigh, he's out for a few months, but he was showing some signs that he could be a really exciting player for us, which is a real shame. Kristofferson we've touched on. Usually Stephenson is another lone player who's just come in to be a fullback option for us. He's actually played most games. He's been really good. He's only young. I would be inclined to try and bring him in permanently if we can afford it. Asmundsson is the main guy we brought in for our number 6 role. A bit older, a bit more experience. He's a better all-round mid player, but he doesn't have the standout attributes technically that Gunnarsson does for the DM role that we want. Like the tackling's not as good, but he is overall a much better player. And he's not putting up the numbers that you would expect for number 6, to be fair, but he's just, pretty solid, just getting on with it. Saverson, we've touched on, 18-year-old centre half. His tackling has kind of put me off starting him too much at the moment, but I just wanted another body in the door. And their manager wants him to play more, but I'm kind of just a bit wary of doing so because, like I said, that 8 tackling for some reason is just, even though otherwise he's not terrible, it's just really putting me off throwing him in at the deep end. And then we had a bit of a player mutiny, so like about 12 of them came to us and said there's not enough depth at centre half, and I was like, there's no money, and they were like, that's not good enough. So we'd been following Hjalmarsson for a while. He was transfer listed, we couldn't buy him, and we thought, well, let's see if we can just bring him in on loan, and thankfully we could, and he's actually really done quite well. To be fair, him and Kristoffersson are now our sort of main centre half pairing. Just to touch on the finances as well, by the way, yeah, the finances are still terrible. The scouting budget, a guy in Jake Cooper's Discord server, you can find the link down below, actually made a really good point as to why this was still going up, even though I wasn't doing any recruitment focuses and not scouting individual players. My scouting system is just trials, really, because I've got quite a decent shortlist at the moment, which I don't really want to get rid of, but I think basically my scouts are just updating that shortlist, getting fresh reports on all the shortlisted players, basically. But you can obviously see expenditure is far outweighing our income. So we really need to stay in the division to really try and boost that income and help shift some of this debt, because like 42k is loan repayments and interest. So only 10 of it this month was scouting costs. So we really need to try and help clear some of this debt and get some finances in, which staying in the top division will be a massive thing for that. And that just brings us nicely onto the schedule. As you can see, the group phase really solid, and 4 wins out of 5. The 6-4 loss to Lake Reykjavik. What can you do in a game like that? True epic. The first game against Vestmannaeyjar, really unlucky. Equaled them, arguably better than them. They were just ruthless. Stephenson, as we've touched on, not good enough. We've known he's not good enough, and it's really come to the fore. We've basically just been like, right, I can't afford to sign a new keeper, especially with Barbet coming in. And we just kind of basically like, can we just grind results out, outscore teams if needs be, and hold on until Barbet joins. And Stephenson is actually now injured. He got injured in this game, I think it was, against the reigning champions. Yeah, he saved the penalty and broke his hand. So go figure. This goal he really should not have let it past him. He sort of just flopped out the way. That's all I can say. And up until this game, actually, Brynjolfsson, we'd actually been slating him, saying he scored 5 goals in 5 games in here, and has scored 1 in 9 across here. And then he's actually unhappy, and he looks like he's going to potentially leave as a free agent. And then he went and scored 4 goals. He scored 1 in 9, and then scored 4 in 1 against Vikinga. Absolutely immense, to be fair to him. Hovland's been solid. 13 goals in 13 games, really good. His development's dipped a little bit, and we've sort of pulled him up on it, and he said he's going to improve, but in terms of his output, he's been phenomenal. But as you can see, we're getting tanked a little bit here, including this one against our rivals, which was a bit disappointing. But we've really started to pick up. Getting the 2-2 draw against Breidablik, losing 2-1 to Reykjavik, and Natchpjörnedale, reigning champions. Unlucky, really. We gave a good account of ourselves in these games. Left it late to get 2-2 draw against Grutter, and then, as I said, finally turned it round. 8 goals in 2 games against Stjarnan, currently 3rd place, or were when we played them. And the 6-2 against Vikinga, sorry. Massive result, real catalyst, hopefully, to really shift the morale, because I've seen morale has not been great for a while, with the players not being very happy, and feeling like we've not been recruiting players right. And obviously this run of like 6 without a win obviously wasn't helpful. And then to get 2 emphatic wins is just what we've needed, really. Yeah, a little bit of a meh game. It's a cup game against a lower league side, so we should really be winning this. As I said, I had actually originally recorded the other game, the 6-2 against Vikinga, but like I said, few issues. So we're just gonna. I just wanted to show you a game today, basically, if that's okay. And this feels like as good a game as any. So yeah, this is a cup game we've got here, and hopefully we can build on some of our good performances, and get a little bit of a cup run going. Might be quite nice to get a bit of a run going in the cup this season if we can manage it. We're going to rotate a little bit, nothing too excessive, but just to give some other players who've not played as much a little bit of game time, and see how they get on. I'm going to leave it at that, to be honest with you. Like I said, I don't want to rotate too much, but equally want to give some players a little bit of game time. So yeah, we actually start in the third round of the cup, which we previously used to start in the second round. So, and okay, like I said, this is a team who are lower than us. We should really be beating them. I don't think they'll really have. Hopefully, when up the quality, we are a good team. We know we're a good team. We just not had the results to sort of back that up so far, but I know we should be good enough to get past these. Okay. Yes, Acosta. Here's another one we might be losing as well. He's exploring his options at the end of his contract. But what a goal from Toby King! What a goal! But that's kind of the issue we kind of initially had with Palermo before we were able to get some reinforcements in. There's no one out there who is as good as him or even Brynjolfsson that we can sign. There's better players out there, but not ones that we can bring in on a reasonable wage. So even if we end up losing these two players potentially for nothing, Brynjolfsson and Acosta, they will be more useful to us for this season to hopefully help keep us up than they will be if we sold them and failed to replace them. They're more useful to us here, and then to potentially lose them for nothing than they are to sell them and get 10k or whatever we get for them. That might change in the summer transfer window if we get some bids in for them, and if we can find someone to replace them, we might go, okay, you know what, fine, we'll let you go now. But as it is, I'd rather just keep them, get them to help us stay up, and go from there. Really, who knows? If we stay up, they might turn around and say, okay, actually, you know what, I'll stay. Club's a bit better financially. You can give me a better contract. Blah blah blah. Let's just not say anything. True Ronan Keating style. So close from Hovland. Yeah, he's had a brilliant season. He's got like 13 goals in 13 games, Hovland. Really, really good. Really good. That's a great save from that keeper. Really strong. Oh, he's offside. He's always offside, Brynjolfsson. He'd score a darn sight more goals if he wasn't offside all the time. I say he's always offside. He obviously isn't because he's got 10 legit goals this season. But you know what I mean. And so far, things are pretty comfortable. Let's be honest. They've not had a single shot all game. So watch them score with their first one. That's how it works, right? They always score with their first chance. But yeah, Martinez has sort of dipped out. He wasn't performing that great, and him and Kristoffersson got the little broken line, poor relationship at the back. So we started playing Hjalmarsson, and seems to have helped sort things out a little bit. So it makes sense to give him a run out now. Maybe a few weeks out the side will have helped him a little bit. This is just what we want. Nice and easy. Gonna bring in youngster, come through the youth intake. Scored against Breidablik, got his first goal, age 17 for the club. So I think he could probably develop into a decent player for us. I've not done the the new gen faces yet. I'm waiting until we get a few more intakes to make it a bit more worthwhile. And we'll take this. We'll take a nice, easy, comfy 1-0 win. If that's what we get, we're more than happy with that. But yeah, the scheduling of this league is quite weird. So we played our first game when some teams had already played 2. And we've had sometimes we've had 3 games in 7 days. We had a game on a Tuesday and then a Thursday once. Then we had nothing for 9 days, and then we had a game on a Saturday and then on a Tuesday again. It was everyone was tired, couldn't build up any consistency. People were getting injured. It was so frustrating, really frustrating. And Martinez scored. He scored from the corner, and that puts the game beyond doubt. I've not done kits yet either. I usually try and do kits sort of every so often, but I've not got around to doing any of them yet either. And that is the game, 2-0, with only 5 minutes to go. 3 days into the hat for the next round. The board just want us to be competitive in this, same as they did with the first one, the pre-season cup thing. I call it the pre-season cup. It starts before the season starts, but the semis and the final are once the league starts. But yeah, I think they should be quite happy at the moment with us. I was worried that we might have issues, not because of performances, because we're only expected to. I was half expecting that Lino flag to go up. It was a lovely finish. Only because more the team chemistry in the dressing room. I thought we might have issues there with the board, because we're expected to bravely fight against relegation. They're not expecting us to stay up. But I thought, if they lose the dressing room, then it's going to be curtains from that point of view, surely. That's a good finish. Really good finish. But thankfully, so far, last 3 games, 3 wins. Should be full time soon. So Stojanovic is another player. I think he is leaving. I think his contract runs out. He's on 850k, I think. 850k, £850 a week. We've been trying to sell him for about 18 months. But he actually slots into this 442 diamond quite nicely so far, to be fair. So he's another one. He will leave, I would have thought. But, unless we're sort of desperate and we need to keep him, I would have thought he will leave. Equivalent to Haftinson. You should have passed it off to Brynjolf. He probably would have scored, Bjarni. That'll do. Just blow your whistle, ref. Yeah, that's fine. Full time. Surely. You're really going to let him take the goal kick? Thank you. So just before I finish up, I just wanted to show you the current state of play in the league. So we're currently 10th. But as you can see, we've got games in hand. So we're about to play Harkenheim, who we did actually beat, I think, 4-0 in the cup. So yeah, we've got a game in hand. We've actually got 2 games in hand over some teams. So if we can get a result in our game in hand, that puts a little bit of distance between us and Westermanea. Now, basically what will happen is at the end of the season, this will split into 2. We have the relegation group and we have the championship group. So relegation group, 5th and 6th go down. So yeah, let's hope that we are comfortably away from that. I'm not expecting us to get top 6, but if we can comfortably avoid that bottom scrap there, I think it's looking like it's going to be a Kranis at the moment, and who knows who else. Hopefully us. Right, everyone. Iceland coefficients are doing well. They're on course to climb up a few places again. That's really good to see. Fingers crossed they can sort of get towards sort of 30th if they can. And when we are ready to compete in Europe, hopefully we'll be there just to sort of pick up and be on charging forwards. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? But yeah, sorry the game was a little bit nice and easy, drama free, but like I said, I wanted to get something in for you guys because it's been a while, and like I said, I'm trying not to do too many episodes at once and bombard you with too much stuff and trying to keep things moving along at quite a nice pace. So I hope that's still okay with everyone, and yeah, take care. I'll see you all very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe. Bye for now.